I haven't found something that I believe in that makes me a better person, that makes me feel a certain way. It's not.
Okay. I understand. but even the question of, is Islam true? Does it make you a better person? Is Christianity true? Should I be Christian? Is that what I would say? All that comes secondary. The first question is there a God or not?
That's a good question.
So
I have to find that out on my own, isn't it? That's a journey for myself. So.
Yeah, of course. But can I just mention something else?
Yeah, of course.
In the Quran, chapter 52, it puts this question for a person to think about. It says, "Am khuliqu min ghayri shay, am humul khaliqun, am khalaqa as-samawati wal ard, bal la yuqinun." It's 2 verses, and it mentions 4 points. Am khuliqu min ghayri shay. Were they created from nothing? As in, nothing was there, and that nothing brought us into existence. I would say that's impossible. Nothing can't make something. Then it mentions that's the first option, and I would say it's impossible. Reason says it's impossible. Did they create themselves? So that's the second option. If we don't exist, we can't make ourselves. So that's also an impossibility. Then it mentioned Am khalaqa as-samawati wal ard. Did they create the heavens and the earth? Because even if we exist, we have to have a planet to live on, our food, our atmosphere, our air, even where we sleep at night, etc. We need a planet and an atmosphere to live on. So the Quran, it makes these 3 points. Were they created for nothing? Did they create themselves? Did they create the heavens and the earth? And then
how do we know there's heaven? How do we know?
I know. Sorry. When we say heaven, we here it means the skies.
Okay.
The sky. Sorry, not the heaven as in hereafter. That's a separate thing.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about. Yeah, so sometimes that's how they translate it. So the earth and the sky. We have to have this to live. So the Quran, it makes these 3 points. Without mentioning, I would say by necessity, there has to be a 4th option. Or there has after these 2 options, were they created for nothing, or did they create themselves? Once we know that these are impossible, there has to be a creator. There has to be what is known as a God.
Yeah.
Because there's no other option. But then it mentions something which is very important. The last point of the last verse says, "Bal la yuqinun." It mentions that rather they have no certainty. You'll find that people who do not believe in a God, whether they're scientists, whether they're philosophers, whether they're just general people in the street, none of them have certainty. Like they'll say, maybe this, we think it could be this, hopefully one day science will tell us, or not being disrespectful, even yourself, you have no certainty.
Yeah.
So we have a book 1,400 years ago, the Quran, sent down to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's saying that if someone doesn't believe in a God, they will never have certainty. Do you find that interesting that a book 1,400 years makes such a claim, and now we find in this day of modern technology and science, people who don't believe in God, they still have no certainty.
I think I'm pretty certain in myself. I'm
no certainty. Certainty. I want to do this in life. I want to get this job. But your existence and how you came into existence, do you have certainty?
I don't think if I know where I want to be and know what I'm doing, I don't think I need to know how I came into existence. For me, that's not super important. As long as I can live my life and be happy and get through my day to day, I think I'm happy with that.
No problem. If you're happy with that, that's fine. But the point of how you got here, even if you don't consider it to be important on your day-to-day life, you still have no certainty about it, do you? You're not certain of how you got here.
Yeah, my mum and my dad, innit? But people as a whole, everyone as a whole, not really. It's not.
And what about after this life?
I'm gonna be in the ground, or I'm gonna be cremated. That's just where I'm gonna be.
Are you certain? Do you like the hereafter?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you don't know where you came from, You don't know if you were created or not. You don't know if there's a God or not. How can you be certain that after you die, you're just going to go back to dust and the earth?
How can you be certain that there's a God? Like, how can you be certain that God created you?
Okay.
You can't, like, you can't be certain that God created you and that God is real.
Yeah.
It's just the same way I can't be certain that I know where I came from and, like, from the beginning to the end.
I would say I'm certain.
Okay.
By the arguments I gave you, it's not possible that we came from nothing. It's not possible that we made ourselves. It's not possible that we made the earth and the sky we live under or we live on. Something had to make it. And the example I gave in the beginning, something which doesn't exist, and then it comes into existence, there has to be something with knowledge, ability, and intent to bring us into existence. So I'm saying that general rule, we can apply it on ourselves and the universe around us. Like, for example, me and you, we're having this conversation. We can see each other. We can hear each other. Even the way we're communicating, the way the sounds are coming out of my mouth, the way you're hearing them, the way you're comprehending them, the way you can listen, the way you can return the answer, the way we're standing here, we're breathing, etc., the way we exist. For someone to say, I don't know how this came, I think it's possible without a creator, for me it doesn't make sense.
For me it does.
Okay.
I don't believe in God, and it's not something that's gonna...
No, you should though.
Madam, we're having a conversation.
I'm not at that point where I'm not at a point in my life where that journey has started.
Something will come to you tonight or tomorrow. Something will come to you, you'll see something, and then you'll see my face, right? And then it's going to be a confirmation that there is a God. But it ain't this. It ain't this. This is nonsense.
And that's a separate conversation.
Marrying children.
That's a separate conversation.
Having sex with children when they start their period.
That's a separate conversation.
Killing Jews is fucking wrong.
The only one who killed the Jews.
Quiet, please.
Then what? Come and kill me then.
He didn't say that.
And then watch what happens.
Anyway, so Madam, just on one point.
Stupid.
Sorry. So the thing is, so you still don't have an answer. Like, if you, because when you say, okay, there's no God, no problem. When you say, sorry to put you under this.
It's okay.
When someone says there's no God, I know, like you're saying, that in your personal moment in your life now is not a major concern to you. But if we can leave it on this point, if you don't mind, if you don't have an answer, and there should be an answer. And one of the possible answers is there's God. If you can come up with a second answer or a third answer or a fourth answer, which is just as probable, then present it, not now, but in future. But I would say that there's no answer which can weigh that there has to be a God who created us. So that's, I think we've finished the conversation. Unless you have anything to add or you have any questions or...
Not really. I know you guys are here quite often, so it's something... Yes, I've spoken to some of you guys before, so...
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If I have questions, I'm always open to answer. I love learning about religion and stuff.
No problem. No problem.
I'm just sorry to ask, what is stopping you to accept the God existence?
It's not necessarily accepting it, it's just more I haven't gone down a route in my life where it seems that it is... I'm not there yet.
Okay, no problem. No problem. But my only point is, I know I repeat myself, my only point is, we exist, so either there's God who made us, or there's something else. If you can't find something else, and the evidence is strong, you're sure of it, then it would have to go that there's God. I think that's the only viable option.
What if evidence did come that it wasn't God? What would you do in that situation? Hypothetically, like that was the case, what would you do in that situation?
I would say, bring the evidence and then we can discuss it. Because I don't think you can bring anything.
But if the evidence did happen to come, like not from me, from someone else, like, or in the future, and you come across this evidence, and you're like, oh my god, okay, this is.
Oh my god!
Wow.
If I said, oh my god,
yeah,
why do you say oh my god?
Like this evidence is pretty strong. What would you do? What would your first instinct be, or your first reaction? What do you think it would be?
Because one, that's hypothetical. But second, you'd have to bring it. Like, I don't see what can replace the idea that God has created us. Because, I mean, a number of reasons. One, I understand, or Islam teaches, but even science has, people have done experiments on this, where the human being, the natural disposition of a human being is to believe in God. So, say for example, the natural human instinct is, if someone's nice to you, they smile at you, the human instinct is to smile back. For example, if an elderly person fell over here, the natural human instinct is to help them up.
Yeah.
Regardless of religion, regardless of culture, if I do something like a bad deed and I get caught in public, instinctively I feel shame, I feel embarrassed. The same way we have instinct to believe in God. That's why if you look in history, different languages, different cultures, everyone has always believed in God. This idea of not believing in God is quite new, and it's very limited as well. So even if people call God by different names and they worship different ways and they had different beliefs about God, there was still this instinct to believe in God. So that's one thing. We believe it's a natural, God has places inside us to believe in Him. That's one. Second is the universe around us. Even if we look into ourselves, we would say this is sufficient evidence there has to be a God. Third evidence is throughout history, there's people who have claimed that God has chosen them and sent them, and they've all taught the same message. Like in history, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, David, Sulaiman, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even when we go in history, you have places of worship, you have religious books. So this is something which people have claimed throughout history. And then for us as well as Muslims, we would say Islam itself is an evidence of, like for example, the fact that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he claimed prophethood at the age of 40. He lived until he was 63. In the beginning of Islam, they were very weak, they were oppressed, they were persecuted. The Quran promises him victory. By the end of his death at 63, the whole of the Arabian Peninsula had turned to Islam. Within a few decades after that, they conquered the Persian Empire, they conquered the Byzantine Empire. So for us, this would be evidence that there is a God who has sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has aided him and has granted him victory. When we look at Islam, like if you look at Islam, it covers our beliefs. What do we believe in? It covers how do we worship. It covers how do we interact, like how a husband should behave towards his wife, the wife to the husband, the parents to the children to the parents, how we should look after the community. It has economics, what's allowed in trading, what is not allowed in trading. It has the dietary laws. It has how to make peace, how to make war, how to rule a country, how to establish justice in the earth, how to punish people. So we're saying it's impossible for a man, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he could not read, he could not write, he had no formal education. But within 23 years, he's come up with a complete system, which is still being practiced and implemented today. So all of us, for us, this would show that he's a messenger sent by God. But by necessity, it shows that there is a God. So for me, I can't imagine, even hypothetically, that someone's going to bring evidence that there isn't a God or there isn't a creator. So it's, how do you say, it wouldn't make sense for me to answer hypothetically when I think it's completely impossible. So, yeah. Anything else or?
No.
Okay.
We're here on Saturday, every Saturday.
Sorry?
Every Saturday we are here from 11 to evening, okay? If you have any questions.
Can we give you a Quran to read?
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And this is the Quran.
Like I'm always open to learning about religion anyway, so
That's a beautiful
No
thing.
problem, no problem.
Stay open.
But obviously we're Muslims, so we're going to tell you Islam is true.
Yeah.
But I think, I would say look into Islam as well, but you have to deal with this most important question. Why do I exist? Why am I here?
I know with like Bibles and stuff, there's rules about.
This is the Quran we consider to be Arabic. What was sent down in Arabic, what's preserved in Arabic. So this is the English translation.
Okay.
So we don't consider it a Quran.
Okay.
But still, because it's a translation of Quran, we'll still give it respect.
It's still important.
Like we're
so
not
it's
going to throw it on the floor.
Yeah.
We're not going to read it in the bathroom and stuff like this.
Okay.
Madam,
Yeah, but Brother has mentioned a very beautiful point. Okay, think about those points. The initial one was the purpose of your life. Okay? The three necessities that should be existed. Okay, that should apply. Okay, on yourself. And also the other points. Okay.
Madam, thank you for your time. It's a very interesting conversation. All the best. Take care. Shall I?
I'm an alky now. Fucking I don't drink.
Hello, madam. How are you? You okay?
Yeah, you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good.